This video talks specifically about our procedures for the quizzes. The quizzes are a significant but not the majority part of your grade. And I want you to understand right up front why I'm having you take these quizzes. I'm not trying to test your knowledge. I'm trying to motivate you as an individual to read the book and watch the videos. Each of those quizzes represents a 10-question true-false quiz. Let me tell you how I come up with the quizzes, or I'm sorry, the quiz questions. In most cases, they're a direct extract from the textbook, and you're going to see a lot of them. You'll read and you go da 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 da. It's exactly the way it's worded in the textbook. That'll be the truths. The falses will be, again, an exact extract from the textbook, but then somewhere in the middle, I'll change a key concept to a wrong concept. So for the majority of the questions, you're going to walk away knowing exactly whether that question was true or false because it's just taken verbatim out of the textbook. In each of the quizzes, there are 10 questions. Probably 2 or 3 of the questions will be potentially some thinking questions where you won't be able to go exactly to the textbook and put your finger on the exact spot where it was extracted. So you won't necessarily always get 100 on the quizzes, but I'm confident that if you follow the plan that I'm going to talk about in just a minute, that you'll have a 90% average or greater. In other words, you'll be helping yourself to earn an A in the class. Notice on the grid where it talks about what for each quiz, exactly what textbook chapters or readings and what videos are referenced. When you're in the middle of a quiz, if you see a V at the beginning of the quiz question, that indicates it was drawn from a video. So how would I study for this class? I would read the readings, I would watch the videos, and then I would take the quiz. So I would load my brain and then I would spit it back on the quiz. The quiz are open book, open note, open video, open everything. So you're going to have a chance to look everything up. But your time is limited to just under half an hour. And so I've tried to give you enough time so that if you have a question or 2 or 3 that you want to look up, you can. Probably you're going to say, ooh, I don't remember the exact wording of that, but I know about in the textbook chapter where I read that, so I can go to that exact spot. What I'm trying to do, though, is give you not enough time that if you have not watched the videos, if you've not read the Portable MBA in Entrepreneurship, that you're going to do well on the quiz. And on rare occasion, I see students who get pressed for time and they're taking the quiz kind of cold and they'll get a 50 or a 60 on the quiz because they didn't have enough time to look up all the answers. And a lot of the questions are not going to be self-evident whether they're true or false. You're just not going to be able to gut your way through it. You're going to have to actually know the material. So again, I am not trying to use these quizzes as a way to evaluate your level of knowledge. I'm using it as a way to motivate you to get into the material, and then you'll know that you're going to get a good grade on the quiz because you've done the work. Frankly, that's what I care about, is that you do the work, because if you read the Portable MBA in Entrepreneurship, if you watch the videos, I know that you're learning. And the quizzes are just a way to confirm that for me, or not confirm it for me, it's a way for me to use as a tool to motivate you to dive in and do what I need you to do to learn the material. And so now I'm going to close with this very negative but very important part of the quizzes. Underline this, bold this, put it in big letters. Do not cheat on the quizzes. Cheating includes either providing tips to someone else as to what's on the quiz or accessing, even accidentally, tips on what's on the quiz. So don't do anything to either learn about or to spread the topics of the quizzes. And my rationale for that is simple. I know you all could cheat and you could make the quizzes non-issues such that you didn't have to do anything and you would get a good grade. That totally defeats the purpose of the quizzes, which is to motivate you to get into the material. So if I find anybody that's doing anything to compromise the quizzes such that they're not all individual efforts where you have to read and view the material to do well on them, that's academic cheating, and I'm going to deal with it very, very harshly. And keep in mind that my harshest punishment is simply to give you a 0 on the course and call it done for the day. I don't want to do that, so I want you all to be very, very clear that when it comes time to do the quizzes, do them on your own, do them without prior knowledge of what's on the quiz. Just do what I ask you to do, read the book, watch the videos, take the quiz, and it will all go very, very well. So enough of this negativity, enough of this course introduction. Let's go dive into entrepreneurship.